From the Woodshed, a casual conversation with Chase Morrill and Ryan Eldridge of Kennebec Cabin Company, the team that inspired the hit show Maine Cabin Masters. From the Woodshed is brought to you by Nelma. See the stamp? Trust the quality. By Hammond Lumber, your building project partner. By Kennebec Savings Bank, helping our local community save, thrive, and grow for over 150 years. And by Hero Media Network, connecting small business with new customers. Now, from the Woodshed Studios in Manchester, Maine, it's Chase and Ryan.
From the Woodshed, I'm Chase Morrill. With me, as always, Ryan Eldridge, Maggie Morrill.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
We're here to talk about all things Maine, all things cabin, all things Maine related, and today, all things Maine Made.
Maine.
Yes, Tammy Knight, the program manager of Maine Made, will be joining us. And you can find us at KennebecCabinCompany.com, MaineCabinMasters.com, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube channel, and check out our online store where you can find tons of great Maine-made products at shop.KennebecCabinCompany.com. And we always want to thank our sponsors, Nelma, Northeast Lumber Manufacturing Association, Hero Media Network, connecting small business with new customers, Hammond Lumber Company, the official building materials supplier of Kennebec Cabin Company, and Kennebec Savings Bank, helping our local community save, thrive, and grow for over 150 years.
Wish someone could keep us warm. This is the coldest it's been in a while for winter, I think, in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
We had it nice.
Yeah.
This is nice.
This is not nice.
This week was another step. Like, you're going somewhere warm for a while and the winter's coming up.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's cold.
It sucks. Excuse my language.
It doesn't. I don't mind it.
Oh, you're in your nice warm bed, and then you get to go to school, and
Yeah.
when you work outside in it, and you know how great it is in summer, and how much more productive you are. Like,
Yeah. Well, I've been going to a lot of ski races recently, and like
that's cold as heck. Too.
just standing around watching is.
Just imagine if you have just a ski suit on.
Oh, but you love it. You just said you love it.
I do, but I'm not. I'm not arguing that it's not cold. I'd rather be cold than hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That is.
But we were talking last night at one of the races how hand warmers and like the foot hand warmers
change everything.
change everything.
And good underlayments. Like, this comes so far. When we were kids, all we had was that. Remember the old white waffle-looking long johns? You had no Polypro. You had no Under Armour. Like,
Nope.
you had a Union suit like your dad wears.
If your boots were wet, you had to put your foot in a shopping bag and then put the shopping bag in your boot.
Yeah.
Why would your boots be wet?
Uphill both times.
Because boots they didn't have the waterproof material they have
Oh,
now.
yeah.
They had plastic in the 80s.
No, but it's
Moon boots really didn't hold up in cold
No.
weather.
You guys got it good.
I can't even.
You know what my problem is? Mother Nature's been kicking my ass lately. So today, I get a call. The addition I'm building down on my barn. I put the conduit in 2 Decembers ago, thinking
Still with the conduits?
oh God, I know. I'm an idiot. So we put that in, right, thinking I was going to get that project done 2 years ago, and then the price of everything went up. I remember putting it with my dad and I struggling, and it's muddy, and I'm wrapping it, I'm gluing it, and I'm wrapping it in tape because it's so muddy and wet, and all the water's just coming down there. And I mean, it's literally December, and I ruined a day to do that, and then never even used it, and it sat another year, and it sat there all this through that nice warm months, and they called me, and I was like, it's gonna be frozen. There's gonna be water in it. I went down there today, and I was in a good mood, and I don't even know why I even bothered, but I took the tractor and like shoveled my way up, shoveled the top of it off, and it's a green underground thing with a transformer because it's underground power.
Oh, yeah.
When I take that first shovel off, you could see it was like melted, like it might have been warm. I'm like, what is it? I got kind of excited for a minute. Flipped the cover off, and the water in there made a skim of ice. I got really excited. It didn't last very long. I got the old leaf blower out, crunched up some paper, put it in the other end. Nothing. Made Ashley and Rachel come down. Nothing. So what am I going to do now?
Wait till summer.
Well, my plan is I got to go get some of those. You know those warmers that you put on your roofs?
Yeah?
I get that, plug it in, start putting it down the holes, put it in the pipe for a couple of days, and then I think I'm going to put a heater in the underground thing, see what happens, and then keep pumping the water out.
Jeepers creepers.
Or wait 5 months.
What if you did high pressure hot water?
Oh, that might work too, right?
I mean, you'd get wet as heck, but
But I could probably do that. Good call.
right?
Run some hose and just hot water.
And then you could just keep feeding the hose in, and you kind of know how far in it was frozen too. Good luck.
All right, I'll keep you updated. I might want to get out the old GoPro for this one. I'll be a couple steps closer to warm weather after next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the ice.
The ice is ridiculous. This last snowstorm, it was so promising. So promising. Like it was coming down, it was adding up. It was nice, soft, and fluffy. And then like a switch was flipped and it was just pouring rain. And I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta go plow. Get out there. My plow's not working.
See, it's always something.
Yeah. So, trying to find all my electrical connections, just getting soaked to the bone. But that's all right.
The rain, when it rained, it like settled under the like fresh snow on like the ski hill.
Yeah?
And so there's like a layer of like packed like nice snow. But once that's gone, it's like shiny like glare
blue
ice down there.
Yeah. Yikes.
So.
We'll get to like I always say, it's a great base. Like that freezes solid. Everything. A little more snow now, be styling.
That's right. We'll be skiing until June.
Yeah, how's skiing going? Did you have a good week?
It was a productive week.
It's good.
Yep, I got 2 races. I got one tomorrow and the next day. Both with a lot of kids, and it's gonna be really cold.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cold.
Is it? Both days?
Yeah.
It's going to be cold tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's gonna be worse.
Tomorrow's going to be the worst
I
of
think
it?
then Saturday.
Well, because it's gonna be later too. Race starts at 4.
I'm excited to watch the Olympics. I just forgot it because it came up just like that. But
Yeah.
it's still gonna be weird. I don't think there's gonna be any spectators, right? And
Limited.
And it's in China, which fascinates me.
Yeah.
Like they're telling them not to bring their cell phones and like.
Right.
Is it in China? I thought it was in Tokyo.
No, China.
I don't know.
Communist country. Watch out.
We'll be watching.
Heck
This will be
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, watch. Those girls are skiing fast. Then there's an American from Jackson Hole I've been reading about. She's coming right up. There's a girl from Italy who's number 1, but this girl is like getting fast and fast. And they're saying that she doesn't. The Italians or the Europeans, they have the form and the finesse, but the girl from Jackson Hole is just tough and not scared. Yeah. For what she lacks in style and finesse, she makes up for in the other stuff. So go America. That could be you someday.
Someday.
We'll see.
Yep. Eva had her first real race last night. She did good.
Better than playing soccer?
She said it was more stressful than horse shows.
Which are like
Did she puke?
the pinnacle.
No, that's the first thing I asked her. I'm like, how can it be more stressful if you didn't even puke?
God, I love her.
But she did it. And we went out for a celebratory Pat's Pizza dinner after.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
That's a good Pat's Pizza, too.
It is.
Well, guys, we'll be right back. It's another video by Hero Media, and it's Maggie Moore. She's an energy healer and jewelry maker, and she's down in Thompson, Maine. So pretty fascinating stuff. So check it out. We'll get right back.
I remember having this really poignant conversation with a couple other artist friends. We were sitting around, and we said, what is the one word you would associate yourself with? And one said jeweler. The other said mother. And I just said healer. It's like I'm not a jeweler, I'm a healer making jewelry. There's this ancient concept that we basically are all connected and that everything is energy, right? And so in the practice of Reiki, the idea is that when your energy is flowing, your body functions better, your mind thinks better. And so I've used all of these self-healing tools and created this package, this idea of celebrating someone through making a piece of jewelry that becomes their personal talisman, that becomes sacred to them. There's this lifelong bond we've created by me giving you a physical object. And then the whole experience of processing and working with me to heal is that extra gift that I'm offering. there is a similarity of everyone's pain. And we all think that ours is more shameful, more undeniable, that there's no way out. And I love letting them know there's someone in their corner. There's someone who's thinking about them. There's someone who is holding them tight through the dark night of the soul. I love what I do. I trust what I do. I celebrate what I do. I'm intensely goofy and grounded. And yet I do talk to spirit, and it is mind-blowing. But what I love is celebrating the unknown, because no one really knows what's happening. But if we all allow ourselves to be in unity, like, oh, then it's magic. It's just magic.
All right, and we are back with Tammy Knight, the program director for Maine Made. How are you, Tammy?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, Tammy. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
So we always start this. It's called our water, coffee, or beer segment.
Okay.
What would you like?
Let's do water.
Perfect. Chase, what are you gonna go with today?
I'm going to go with a beer. I see you've already got your coffee out.
And Timmy, this is your parting gift, a nice Maine Cabin Masters pint glass for you.
Nice.
Good
Behind
point.
door number 3.
Right behind door number 3. I'm double fisted. I brought a coffee. Chase, want an Allagash, sir?
Yes, please. Thank you.
This is a non-alcoholic coffee.
Okay.
No one believes me, but it is.
That's fine.
So how's things going?
Things are going really well. Super well. Yeah. So we have the Maine Made program.
Yeah.
You have the great little logo here, Maine Made America's Best, which is a branding program of Maine Made. And the program is operated through the Department of Economic and Community Development. So we're actually under a state agency. The program's about 40 years old. And I work in the Office of Community Development because small businesses are quite often the hub of their local communities, and healthy businesses are healthy economies, so like the whole thing all sort of ties together really well. What we do is we have a juried, vetted application program, and makers from all over the state apply to our program to be able to carry our branding, be featured on our website, be part of our social media and different promotions that we do throughout the year.
It's a big deal to be made for Maine.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
Yeah, I've recognized that logo anywhere. You know, I've seen it for so long. It's a 40-year-old program.
Yeah.
Well, not as old as us.
Yeah, almost.
But yeah, it's on all the shop doors and the windows and.
Yeah, and on the products.
Yeah.
On the products. And when it started out, because there was no website, there was no social media or anything like that, it was a catalog that was produced every 2 years. So people would buy advertising space. The catalog would be distributed out to buyers all across the United States. And then what happened, in the late 90s, early 2000s, people started building websites. And to build a website back then, you mortgaged your house, you gave your firstborn. It was really expensive. And so people were being really strategic with their marketing dollars. And the subscription to put ad space into our catalog wasn't enough to be doing the catalog and doing distribution on it. So we had created a website, and it was very basic back, 1998. It was kind of chiseled in stone a little bit, but everybody had a profile. They had one photo. That was one photo that was like representative of their business, and the address of the business, their phone number, and their fax number. And that was pretty much it. But there was, a big listing. We had, I think, 12 categories back then. We're up to 20 different categories. Wow. Because we've had, like, pet products. There's a bunch of people in Maine making some really neat pet products.
There definitely are.
Yeah. So we have 20 categories now, and our website, we redid that about 3 years ago, launched a new website. And last year we had over 500,000 views. Wow. And it's consumers looking for Maine-made products, looking for events that they can go to where they can buy Maine-made products. We have an interactive map on the website, and that shows where you could go to, like a glass-blowing studio, a pottery studio, seeing product being made, or it also lists retail locations, Kennebec Cabin Company's on there,
nice.
Where you can go and buy Maine-made products. So it's a really nice interactive map for tourists coming to the state.
Cool. And you've been with the program for 22 years?
I've been with the State Department of Economic and Community Development for 22 years.
Gotcha.
I've been managing the Maine Made program for about 8. So.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So where's the office located?
The office is located in Augusta in the state office building.
In the new AmHigh facility, or?
No, right in the Burton Cross building,
Oh,
right
okay.
behind the Capitol. Yeah.
Your old neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right.
Our old neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. So, what goes along with being part of the program? If you're a Maine Made product producer, like you fill out the app, you apply,
Right.
and then
So once we get an application, we'll look at the website, we'll look at the social media, we'll look at the product, what ingredients come from Maine that go into products. We do make exceptions because, it might be a food product and they put cinnamon in it. We don't grow cinnamon in Maine. It might be pottery, and we don't have a big pottery pit in Maine, so not all the clay would come from Maine. But it's a lot about adding value. So something is coming into the state, like Thomas Mosier's getting a piece of teak, and then it's turned into a beautiful rocking chair. That's great. He's adding value to that piece of wood that came into the state. So we look at that, look at the social media, photography, how long they've been in business, because we're really looking for somebody that's a bona fide business that has a capacity. So if somebody like Maine Cabin Masters goes and said, we really like your product, we want to put it on our show, and then the rest of the world sees that product on Maine Cabin Masters, do they have the capacity to, make more and keep up with the demand of it? So we look at that. It's just a lot of things that, we take into consideration, make sure it's really quality. Photography is really hard for some people. Just, getting a good shot of their product. And you have to remember, it sounds a little cliche, but a picture is worth 1,000 words. So making sure they have good photography.
Especially if it's food.
Yeah.
Right.
But, the other part of it is we have such a tremendous amount of resources in the state. So if somebody isn't ready for the program, they might be lacking here or there. We have so many places we can turn to get them assistance, whether it's business counseling through SBDCs or how to, do co-packing for their food product or website development or anything. There's just so many resources. And then the members of our program are great mentors.
Helping each other out.
Yeah, it's such an awesome community of makers and people and
that's great.
happy people.
It almost seems like once you get there, that's your badge of honor. If you make it, if you're a new business and stuff.
Yeah.
Getting that.
Yeah, and I guess that brings up, how do you know when you're ready, as a small craftsman or product maker, how do you know when you're ready to, fill out an application to be a part of the Maine Made?
Well, a lot of people will fill out an application. They'll call first.
Yep.
And we have a little checklist on our website, sort of like a self-assessment that asks the pretty important questions. Do you have a website? Do you have a business account in your business name? Do you have a business phone number? Have you sold to more than just your family and friends?
Are you still giving stuff away?
Yeah. And we'll get a lot of phone calls sometimes. And then there's other people, that are members of our program that have another family member or somebody they know in their network and circle of friends. And they might just say, boy, you need to apply to the Maine Made program.
Yeah.
So
I bet it's a good marketing tool, too, once you're in there. Help move your product around. And like you said, networking is big.
Yeah, it is very, very big. And we have our social media. We have our Facebook page. We have an Instagram account. And we're pretty active on both of those. And just people really like Maine Made products.
Maine is so hot right now. In the last couple of years, it's been blowing up.
Yes.
And we did a sticker promotion last week. It was National Sticker Day, and we had featured a bunch of different stickers made by our members that are artists, and they transition some of their work onto stickers. And so we did a Facebook promo. We had 6,500 views on that post, but people from all over the U.S. were commenting on the post. They either love to come to Maine and vacation here, and they want to put it on their Thule rack and decorate their canoe, or somebody from Maine that's now a teacher in Tennessee wants to put them on her bulletin board. So and you guys get the same kind of comments from all over.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just that connection to Maine. People don't ever let go of it and always remember it. It's pretty amazing.
I think we don't realize how popular Maine is living here. We're kind of, I feel like more than half the world has somehow, or half people in the United States have a connection, have been here and know someone that's been here.
Or they don't know anything about it, and it just sounds like such a the Willy Wax, a wilderness place where they want to go to.
You guys got tarred roads up there, internet. So how has the pandemic affected you guys?
At first, it was like horrible chaos.
Yeah.
Everybody was worried. Nobody had any answers. So a lot of what we were doing was helping people navigate the different programs that were out there once they, got all the regulations and paperwork figured out, and doing a lot of podcasts and information sessions just for small businesses all over the state to try to help them navigate that network of funding that was available to them. And then really it was pretty awesome. I would get phone calls from people during the summer that weren't coming to Maine, that always come to Maine. And they're like, I love the artisans in Maine. I always buy something. I want to buy something. What should I buy? And
That's awesome.
we're like, well, what do you want? How much do you want to spend?
There's a lot of silver linings in the pandemic,
Yeah. And just like the network of people helping each other out,
Yes.
potters who couldn't get a glaze would lend another potter some of their glaze, or just the different resources they had, and trying different packaging because they couldn't get the packaging that they were used to, and being really innovative. Some pivoted over to doing other things to get them through, whether it was making masks or hand sanitizer.
Right.
Right. The distillery down in Newcastle, Split
yeah.
Rock, they started making some hand sanitizer instead of vodka, but it was just all really, at the end of the day, the Maine Made members who really stuck with it and got out there and were able to align with different marketing practices did very, very well. And this fall, when we started being able to have shows again and different festivals with the Maine makers there, the consumers were just so happy to be getting back out, talking with the people, buying Maine products. They were buying them for the holidays. And I went to one of the shows down in Freeport and talked to some of our members. This was on a Friday. The show started on a Friday. She's like, I had to send my husband back home to get my Christmas stock because I'm almost out. It was, really,
That's
really
awesome.
good.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it's really nice to see that. And the other part of our website is geared towards tourism because the Maine Office of Tourism is also in our department. Yeah. And so we try to align our regions of the state with the same tourism regions. If somebody's coming visiting here and they're in a certain region of the state, they can look for Maine Made products in that region or a store
sure.
in that region. So it really helps them out that way.
Absolutely.
One of the fascinations with Maine I love is all my friends that have moved away is the foods they crave. And they want to get sent like Humpty Dumpty chips.
Right.
Just certain stuff like that. Like when the film crew comes back, and they've been here for 6 years now, on and off every month.
Yeah.
And it's funny, some of them have to go up to Damon's and get their Italian when they get here. Go to
They
the
have-
Red Barn.
they have their favorites.
They have their favorites now, just like we all do. We travel and come back. And
Now, do you? I mean, you said you work with all over the country. I mean, is there a lot of demand for Maine Made products across the country?
Oh, yeah. We have another aspect on our website is a wholesale buyer registration. So buyers from all over the United States can register with our website, and they get special privileges. We alert them first off when we have new products, and they have a special password. They can go in and they can save profiles from our members. So they
Oh, wow.
might see a Christmas ornament. They're not ready to do the buy yet, but they can put it in their favorites bucket on our website and save it that way. And we get, people from all over the U.S. signing up to be wholesale buyers. And then there's a nice show that we help sponsor that's put on in March in Portland. And it's a wholesale show only. It's only for buyers to go to. Wow. And we have like 300 different vendors there from New England, but primarily the state of Maine. But the buyers come from all over to go to the show.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So out of your 20 categories, I'm trying to think of what I think the biggest is. Is it food related or?
Well, we
It's
have
gonna be
gourmet and
tough.
specialty food.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Jewelry's a big one.
Yeah.
Pottery's a big one.
Yep.
Pet,
Pets are big.
the pet products, whether it's a dog collar or a do-loop. Have you
Yeah.
seen a do-loop?
What's a dooloo?
A do-loop is this cute little like silhouette of a dog's head that when your dog does his do, you can put it in the bag, but you put it on the loop so you don't have to put it in your pocket.
Oh, I like it. A dooloo. What do we have downstairs? We have some lobster rope.
Oh, the
Chuck-
fetch
yeah,
toys.
fetch
Fetch toys.
Those are great
Yes.
because they float.
Yeah.
Yep. We have some catnip toys.
Me too.
And people will spend money on their animals. They love them. You know,
They
one
do.
thing it doesn't matter.
I do.
I think people come in here and spend more money on their animals sometimes. Like,
Don't you want to be their dog?
yeah, exactly. So it says here you have fur babies. My wife Ashley and I, we have fur babies too, and she spends all her money on those.
Right.
Like she'd give them gourmet food every day if I let her.
They're pretty spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in the Maine Made program that's really interesting. Like the stuff they're doing with seaweed, different food products they're making and beauty care products and medicines and vitamins and teas. They're, doing really good harvesting on the seaweed and just using some of the natural resources we have in the state to make some products.
And it seems like Maine's always cutting edge of stuff. Like now they're doing some of it's not. It's controversial, like the salmon farms and stuff. And
Right. And what about candy?
Candy.
Yeah.
Lots of candy.
Lots of candy.
Yeah.
Chase loves a sweet.
I know. I'm just.
You do? Yeah.
What's your
we have
favorite
some.
Maine, Cammy?
I mean, does whoopie pie count as candy?
Whoopie pie should be its own
If
food
you
group.
put it on a popsicle stick, maybe.
Maggie says no.
I mean, good old maple candy is pretty hard to beat.
Maple candy's really good. We
Yeah.
have a lot of chocolatiers in the state, like doing some really fancy gourmet chocolate stuff that's very good.
Yeah. Now, do you see, I mean, a lot of trends? I mean, obviously, as things kind of, start moving to the pet area, are there things that are starting to return, like that were popular years ago and now are
In the 80s.
back? Yeah.
No, I'm seeing a lot of new innovative things, particularly, like I said, using the seaweed. Like Marin Skincare just joined our program, and they're using lobster glycoproteins. I hope I pronounced that right, for a skin cream for eczema.
Wow.
Oh.
And they've done a bunch of research, and found out that lobsters obviously shed their shells, but they grow a new one back. And being able to use that as a byproduct of the lobster industry. So, and they've partnered with Luke's Lobster to work on that. So but I meet the neatest people.
Yeah, truly.
What are some other unique items that you can tell us
Some
about?
other unique items. There's like Rogue Wallet. And so they have a front pocket wallet. So it's like cut with a curve instead of being, rectangular. It's got a curve on it to fit in your front pocket. And that was sort of like invented out of necessity because Michael was having back problems and went to his doctor. And his doctor said, get that big chunky wallet out of your back pocket. And so he went and designed one. And it's those are really pretty cool.
What was that called?
Rogue Wallet.
Rogue Wallet.
Yeah.
I just got a Flowfold wallet for Christmas.
Those are
That's
cool
Maine too, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that is an interesting story behind it. The Flowfold wallets and Charlie, young kid, his wallet falls apart and he's working in a sales shop and he picks up scraps and makes a wallet and his friends love it. And
next thing you know,
the rest is history. There's another interesting company is Bells from Everest. They're in Brunswick.
Bells from
And so what they did is he was very interested in the oxygen tanks that were littering Everest and being left there and all the, it was just horribly gross and trashy. And I don't know how he did it, but got some Sherpas and he had some of those oxygen tanks shipped to his home in Brunswick. And he takes the tanks and he carves them out and makes these beautiful bowls and bells out of the oxygen tanks.
Wow.
And then the shavings that he gets while he's turning these, he puts into a Christmas ball. So you get a Christmas ball that actually has parts of an oxygen tank that was on Everest.
Good old Maine ingenuity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
That's wild.
all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I don't
Now,
know.
are there different tiers to involvement with the program? Because, just thinking about, somebody who's starting out wouldn't necessarily be ready to wholesale across the country.
Right.
But are there different...
So some people just starting out are only interested in doing retail and doing their e-commerce. They might have an Etsy site and they might do some local shows. And then wholesale is a whole nother ball of wax. It's different pricing and shipping and a different language and dealing with wholesale and capacity and production. And some people just don't want to do wholesale.
Right.
And that's fine if they only want to do retail and, keep things close to vests and have control.
You must see some neat trends where certain products go to certain parts of the world. We work with NC Hunt a little bit, and they ship these butt ends, shipping containers over to Pakistan and over that country, and they'll take it down, because of labor costs, and build this beautiful finger jointed furniture and doors out of it. it's just neat to see where stuff from Maine goes.
Oh yeah, and we work with the Maine International Trade Center on doing different trade shows. They go out to San Francisco to the Fancy Food Show because the Asian buyers are there, and so we're introducing Maine food to that Asian market and the West Coast market, which is a lot of fun because there's a ton of food at that show.
I was gonna say.
A lot of food.
Yeah,
I don't know anybody in Maine that eats eels either. Do you?
No, not yet.
Maggie, have you tried eels yet?
No.
Actually, I've had it on sushi. It's pretty good.
Yeah. But
But really, just
One
some
time
real-
I was told I was eating eel
yes, that's true.
when I was like 5.
When you were very little and gullible.
It's traumatizing.
That's probably why you're such a picky eater now. So you live here in Central Maine?
I do.
Nice.
I live in Smithfield.
Smithfield.
Yeah.
Great area.
up
It
by
is.
Oakland.
Yes. In fact, you did a cabin not too far from where I live, on East Pond.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nice one. And that's when we got to go to Thomas College. I mean, no, not Thomas. You
Colby.
went to Thomas. We went to Colby.
Okay.
We have a Thomas College student in our realm now, our workforce. My nephew Corbin goes there right currently.
Great.
Yeah. Loving it up there.
Good. Good.
Corey, if you're watching, keep
He's
studying.
not.
No,
He's
no,
not.
he's not.
I really want to thank you, Maine Cabin Masters, though, because you've been such ambassadors for the Maine Made program and the Maine artisans and makers. It's super exciting to me because nobody tells me when they're going to be on your show. I don't even know about it. They're like, no, I have to keep it a secret. I can't tell anybody. And so
We don't even know how to do this half the time. You know, what people don't know is we have such a great team behind the scenes, too, because we have so many facets going on. We have the construction and the woodshed and our personal lives. And, we have a lot of help, but it's really been a great ride.
Yeah.
It's very successful.
Yeah, and Ashley puts out calls to craftsmen, craftspeople, and gets people coming in. And that's kind of why I've been asking a lot of questions. Just we get so many people coming to the store, have items to sell, but they're at different levels of, starting the business. And it's just, I've kind of tried it in the past, and it's a big step. And a lot of people, just grasping retail versus wholesale and what somebody might get at a craft show isn't necessarily what they would get. It's, there's a lot to figure out. And then you throw in trying to, have your own website and get your product out there. There's a lot to put together.
You wouldn't think it was that complicated. Even shipping. Isn't it always trying to show me how to do a shipping label? And you got to measure what the product is and weigh it. And, it's a lot of work. Anyone that ever thought the retail industry was... it's a lot of work.
It is. And then especially you start getting into online shipping. And we've crossed a threshold now where certain states have different tax requirements. So every county, in Illinois, every county you have to register how much tax was paid for that county.
Did you learn that by the hard way or just learn it through
yes,
experience?
Nothing we never knew before.
But how does someone in a small business like that get more information like that? Because a lot of stuff you just seems like you just learn through experience.
But I think that's what Maine Made is perfect for.
You help with those questions.
we do help with those questions, and I definitely do not have all the answers. I'm not an accountant, a lawyer, or anything like that. But we do have the resources to point people in the right direction and get the answers for them. And SCORE is really good as far as counseling people because they're retired executives.
Yeah.
They've been there. They've seen the spreadsheets. They know business plans. They know marketing. And they're out there working with a lot of small businesses. And again, our mentoring program, just member to member.
Yes.
Or just look at our website and pick somebody who's making something kind of like yours and see how they do it.
Because that's the main thing. It's not competition. You're working together. It's awesome.
Everybody. And that's what's so exciting when I go to shows. And the soap people are helping the soap people and the pottery people and the jewelry people. And they're helping each other hang up posters. And, where do you buy your silver? And how do you do this soldering technique? And they're all, and they're all collectively, we're one big community. And everybody realizes that there's strength in numbers, and we got to stick together.
Yeah, we went down to Allagash. We did a camp for one of the executives there. We went to the tour. We knew Allagash was the big wig, but I just had such a more respect and was really proud of being from Maine after we left there because he let the young guys come in, use his computers, use all this fancy stuff that he took years to accumulate, and a lot of trial and error. And some people could be like, you could take on my business, but no, come in here, let's see what you got to do, help make Maine better, and
The beer people are a very unique industry and helping each other out and doing the tap takeovers and sharing recipes. And kudos to them because
Yeah.
it could be super competitive, but in Maine it's not. So.
No.
It's nice. Yeah. All right. So Maggie has a couple of questions for you.
I do. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. This one is from Susan Terry. Do other states have programs like Maine Made?
Yes, there are other programs in other states. Some aren't run the way ours are. Some are not run through, their state departments, respectively. And some are grassroots. And we do get calls a lot on how do you do what you're doing. And it's kind of fun to share how we're doing what we're doing. But again, Maine is different. Maine people are different. And, that non-competitive community aspect of it is really unique in the state of Maine.
It's because we're so isolated. You have to work together,
Yes.
to band together to be successful. And
I think that's true with everything in the state.
right?
Even snow removal.
We share wood piles.
Exactly.
It's when we're doing all this and we're talking about Maine and how much we love it. It's hard not to talk bad about another state, but be like, well, I've never heard of North Dakota made, or I just think we're just so used to living in this little world we have up here.
Well, I think a lot of it is the tourism people that come here. They like it for the experience. They like the people, and the products represent their experience, and so it just all ties in together really well.
I think having tourism be as high of an industry it is, ties into all, like you said, ties it all together. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if we were oil or coal or something, it might not be
true. As alluring.
Yeah, as alluring.
All right. Are we ready for the next one?
Sure.
This one is from Maggie George. What's your favorite lake in Maine?
Oh.
Ooh,
Curveball.
Yeah.
my favorite lake.
Or area. It doesn't have to be specific. I guess it could be specific.
Just has to be Maine.
It depends if I'm fishing or not. I love to fish.
You love to fish?
I do. We had a place in Greenville for a couple of years and fished moosehead a lot. That was a lot of fun.
Greenville's a special place.
Very big. But I live on East Pond, and I'm really kind of partial to that. So.
Which side on East Pond?
This side.
This side. Well, do you live near Jen? Do you know Jen Reeves? Do you know? She lives on Brickett Point, her family.
I'm down from Brickett. I'm at the other end from Brickett.
It's nice over there.
It is. It is.
It's quiet. And
Yes. Who's on that end?
But we have some great summer camps.
Yeah.
On on East Pond, and it's like a ton of fun in the summer watching the kids show up, and they're teaching how to water ski. So it's week 1 because they're all kind of like this, and then by week 5 they're kind of standing up. Week 6 they're soloing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dropping a ski.
Yeah,
That's great beer drinking activity. Just watch the kids go by. Well, so you guys have been a benefactor of another, just, again, the state really stepping up and just doing, putting resources into the state with the whole water quality there. That story is amazing what they've done there.
Oh, yeah. It was because we bought it 6 years ago. Yeah. And, we're looking like East Pond, I think it turns green. And then that first summer we were there, it was kind of like, it's not too bad. The second year it was like, oh, my gosh, like our grandkids wouldn't even go in the water. And, kids will swim in mud puddles. But then they were doing all the water quality studies and, getting everybody together, doing a bunch of fundraisers. And thank goodness, Colby College did a lot there with their testing. Yeah. And that whole treatment, I mean, we've had 3 summers with crystal clear water.
Gorgeous.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Again, Maine is banding together for, the good of the whole.
Yeah.
Pretty
we want those summer camps keep them operable too. And it's not
Let me get a good water skier though, not wanting to fall.
Yeah, I'm not going to fall.
Ski right up onto the beach. Well, thank you for joining us. Where can people find out more information about Maine Made?
MaineMade.com.
Easy as that, mainemade.com.
That's it.
And come to Kennebec Cabin Company because we have a boatload of stuff
A lot of
downstairs.
We
stuff
do.
downstairs. The inventory is really good down there. In fact, I was kind of checking. I was like, I got to call that person. They're not on our website. Oh, they're not on our website either. I got to call them. So I did poke around a little bit.
Perfect. And look for the logo wherever you shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be good in hands. Well, thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you very much, Tammy.
Keep promoting the Maine Made products and Ashley getting out there and meeting with everybody and going in studios. That's like a really cool thing because it's very sacred going into a studio with a maker,
Yes.
and they let you into that sacred space. So keep showing us those little spots.
They don't let me in. So.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hey,
Have a nice-
thanks.
Yeah.
All right, this week's project pointers are brought to us by Benjamin Moore, the official paint and stain supplier of the Kennebec Cabin Company. If you've got a question for us or an issue you want addressed, submit a short question with photos to podcast@mainecabinmasters.com, and as much detail as possible, we'll hopefully be able to answer your question or at least give you some advice and point you in the right direction. This week's project pointers are all about ice and winter.
This is a We Love Winter episode. The gift that keeps giving.
Yes,
Are you ready?
we are.
Ready?
Okay, this one is from Joel Creation. I've got an old crawl space with some pipes underneath that freeze often. What can I do about that?
Move.
I was going to say, welcome to the club.
Those old farmhouses, huh?
Oh, at least once a year, the pipes in our basement freeze. And we've got a heater going down there.
Just the way the wind and stuff.
Yeah, and it's an old farmhouse, stone foundation. It just, that dang,
It's always
that
something.
dang frost can get through anything.
And it's always Murphy's Law. You can learn from your mistakes, watch patterns, watch what happened, prepare for those, and it's something else.
Yep. Best advice I can give is if you don't have PEX piping, switch to PEX piping. The beautiful thing about that is old copper, when it expanded, it had nowhere to go and it would just burst,
Snap,
crack open. PEX, there's room for it to flex, and
How much can it flex?
I don't know.
Is it like a snake that just ate like a mouse or something? Like
Probably be a snake that ate a mouse, not necessarily a dog. But the one drawback there's a few drawbacks, but it's harder to heat back up. With the old copper pipes, you could take an actual torch and put it right to it. You cannot put direct heat to the PEX piping.
melt it.
But with the new heat tapes and stuff like that, they're at a low enough temperature where you can still wrap it, and it's not going. You don't have to worry about melting the pipes.
And we've all seen crazy stuff under trailers and
Oh yes,
you know but heat tape does work really good.
Yep. And honestly, sealing up drafts. I mean, if you don't have, even if it's below temperature, below freezing, if you don't have that air circulation, it's going to help.
Because that
Quite dramatically.
what you were just saying, I think it is wind that really does it. That wind, a couple miles an hour, can just multiply the temperature and just make it drop really, really
And that's
slow.
what's hard about this year too, is there's no snow on the ground. Like snow actually acts as an insulator, and with these old houses and stuff, even newer places, you get a buildup of snow around your place, and it acts as a draft blocker.
Yeah.
And without that, it just
That is true.
That wind howls, goes right through.
So I just had a story about this last weekend. Wild Bill, we got his well going last year,
Right.
And it comes up, like a foot from the outside of his skirting, and the skirting's kind of gone, and you can see there's old heat tape there. So I got new heat tape, put it there, and then on the other side it goes back from one point back over. So I wrapped that in heat tape, and I was nervous. I'd be every once in a while I talked to him, I was like, "Water still going?" "Oh yeah, no problem." So the other day, last night I lost my water, so I went over, started doing all this stuff. Bring a couple heaters over there, put kerosene in them, get a propane heater, messing with those. I get them going, and it's, maybe it's dripping a little bit, not. Finally, after like 2.5 hours, I go out back and I get my tester out. It gets crazy. I touch the cord, nothing. I'm like, you gotta be crapping me. Go inside, it's still plugged in. I'm like, what the heck? Take it out, put the tester in, the outlet's dead, the top outlet's dead. Put it right behind it on the wire, live. Put it in the bottom one, and it works. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Half an outlet.
Huh. So it was.
You wonder why I hate winter this week. Oh, yeah. It's a Saturday. I mean, I don't have nothing going on anymore, but Saturday night, like 4 hours.
Oh, it is. It's miserable. But yes, sealing up drafts. At my place, it's an old stone spray foam down to 4
Below
feet
the
down,
frost
so it's
line.
below the frost line. That's going to keep heat in the basement. It's going to seal up drafts. Again, switching to PEX, and you can wrap it with electrical tape that has a built-in thermostat. So if it does get below freezing, and wrap that with insulation. Anything you can do. A little bit of heat goes a long ways. A lot of places, even a light bulb can sometimes be enough. An incandescent one, not necessarily an LED, but can be enough heat just to keep it above freezing.
Yeah, just thinking of the stuff I saw. Remember the hair dryer upside down?
I've never.
But like you said, it doesn't take much.
It doesn't. And then, you're dealing with that down in the basement. On the top of the roof, if you get a lot of ice and you get a lot of heat loss, we get ice dams.
Yeah.
Where, it's so cold outside, but it's so warm inside. The heat's going up. It's melting the snow on the roof. It's going down. It's freezing right on the eaves where there isn't the heat.
It almost makes it. And then,
yeah. Then just builds up an ice dam so that water backs up, and that can go up under shingles.
And don't hit those with a hammer. Like, you instantly want to go and beat those. Do not. You'll cause way damage.
Yes. But you've got to find way, put some.
I like those little pucks. You see those roof safe ice melt pucks?
No.
You never seen those? You just chuck them up there. It's like you got a grenade and you're like on ski patrol.
Yeah, and really all you got to do, you've got to try and find a way to get a channel down through the ice for that water to escape. Again, you can put heat tape up there.
Yeah, they make that nice heavy like braided stuff.
Yes.
That you put up there. That's what I'm gonna use for my conduit.
Oh.
That's what we used that time. Remember that winter we first started building together? It was so cold and the guns were freezing up.
Oh,
we
yes.
wrapped the air hoses in that. And that worked, but then it was creating condensation, so you'd always have to drain everything.
Well,
it's always something.
It's always something. Yeah, so cold weather makes for a lot of challenges. Luckily, on most of the camps we work on, in a lot of places too, when you re-roof, you put your first roll of underlayment is always ice and water, because that helps. Even if water makes it under your shingles, it's not going to back up. But on a lot of camps we work on, they're 3 season, they're not heated through the winter, so we don't have to worry about ice dams.
It's amazing too. You can once you learn about insulation, you kind of watch going through West Side, and I'll see the old houses, and you can see where a lot of the heat loss is through. It's called thermal bridging. Where the studs are.
Yes.
You see some of the old barns. It's like 4 feet in between.
Yeah.
And it's old houses. It's just amazing what you see.
Yeah, I've got one spot on my house on the roof that I must have missed when we insulated it, because snow never builds up there, and it's got to be dealt with sooner rather than later.
And you know what the worst thing about all of this is that
it happens every year.
Yeah, is that you suffer all along, and then spring you got hope and you got energy and you're happy, and then summer you're just enjoying it.
Oh my God.
And you never think about anything. You
Wow.
never think about anything you should be doing for
Oh my
darn
God.
winter.
Okay.
We got to get through this month.
Take a chill pill on the winter.
Maggie, you don't know my week. I literally was sitting there today, all those days I could have just come down here and done that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I could have done it with a beer in one hand and naked for crying out loud. It'd been great.
Nope. All right.
All right.
If you have any winter woes, send them our way. Podcast at mainecabinmasters.com, and we'll try to help you along as best we can.
Let's do a Remember Winter podcast this summer.
Yeah, all right. Flashbacks. Yeah.
I'm just having a rough one, Maggie. That happens sometimes.
But the days are getting longer.
They are getting longer. It's 5 o'clock and it's still light out.
And soon we'll be into February and March.
See, there's that hope I was talking about.
Yeah.
And the sun actually felt pretty good today.
Yes. When the sun's out, you can actually feel it warming up, melting the snow off the car.
Anyways.
Maggie just sitting here listening to us complain.
Yeah.
Grumpy old man.
All right, we are on to fan questions.
Yeah.
What's your favorite season?
Okay. Are you ready? Dad,
Yes.
Dad, this one's for you.
Okay.
The other guys have long hair. Why doesn't Chase join the club?
Oh, your hair's been a lot on your big speak of the internet lately.
I don't have long hair.
Did you ever have long hair?
Yep.
You know why? Because Fletcher does it for you.
Yep, that's right. Fletcher takes care of it. I think the longest was the last winter when, we weren't doing much.
Yeah, your hair was bushy.
Yep. But that was it.
Someone was telling me, Ash is all giggling. She's like, read this. Like, people are fascinated about how fast your hair grows. Because in some of the episodes, like, you'd be all bushy. Because you let it grow in the winter and then you just cut it. I've seen you go from, like, bushy, like, almost shaved.
Yeah. And the production, they like me to be semi-cleaned up.
Yeah, it really stinks to be Chase. He has to dress nice and do all this stuff. The rest of us, like, you don't care what you look like.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah. That's why I wear a hat a lot.
And then I don't know if Fletcher will ever have short hair.
I don't know if he will either.
With his mindset now, no.
Or someday he'll be like,
go
yep,
down.
it's done. We'll come home, he'll have shaved his own head. Won't that be something?
That would be something. My wife and I have been talking about all the grays, and she's like, if you shave that, you would look so much younger. And
No, I saw that picture of you. That was traumatizing.
me without facial hair?
Yeah, that was
I look like
bad.
a little kid, don't I?
That was scary.
I think that's crazier is how long we've all had facial
Right.
hair. Like, yeah,
It would be fun. Funny sometime.
it would be.
Like
No.
you see those videos online though when the
That would
dad,
not.
if you watch those TikTok stuff and the dad shaves the beard, the kids just freak out.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, Chase used to go full bald, no facial hair, and it was the most scary thing.
I used to cut my
ever-
hair once a year, and
yeah.
I would bick it.
Yeah, and it was the scariest thing ever.
I think we should do it when the show ends. We'll do it. We'll do eyebrows and everything. No
Please
hair
don't.
from the neck up.
Please don't.
Yeah.
No. Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Do you ever disagree on stylistic elements of the cabins because you have different taste?
Me and Ashley, absolutely.
But I think, but we were saying this the other day, like how we used to worry, even season 3, like about design this, and now it's just like it's just like everyone knows what to do. Like we just have it, it's grained in us.
Yep.
I think sometimes we all have a different idea, but yours is always the best. For some, that's your thing. You've always.
But we don't hold sure we might have different ideas going in, but it's not like the plan.
No, but you always listen to like ideas, and you've changed before. But
Oh yeah.
now it's just what we know what we're doing, what makes sense, and what's the most efficient and the quickest.
Absolutely. And then Ashley and her team, kind of give their input along the way, and then they know, what the homeowners' colors are and that type of stuff, so we have an idea. But I'm sure we'll fight about certain.
Give me the sunniest, nicest day out, and Ashley and him will still disagree on how sunny it is out. Like brother and sister.
Well, and half the times we don't really even know, like even what color stain the floors are going to be.
Right.
Maybe they'll be painted. Maybe they'll be dark stained. Maybe they won't be stained.
Makes for good TV.
It does.
But for style and like layout, it's just like it's all become second nature almost, isn't it?
Yeah. And we truly do let the camp kind of dictate what is going to work best. I think that's a big thing too.
I look back to how much we worried that first season, and like how much everything was a struggle. Like worrying about stairs. I remember that the Andrews A-frame. Like, how are we gonna get that extra spot he wanted? Like, wrapping our head around how do we get the stairs up there? Like,
Yep. Yeah.
Experience.
All of it. It's experience. Yes, exactly.
I'm glad we're going in this direction, not the other direction.
Knock on wood.
That's all I have for questions today.
That's all you have for questions today. Perfect.
Good questions. Keep them coming.
Yeah. Keep the questions coming. Submit those at podcast@mainecabinmasters.com as well. Or social media.
Yeah. Instagram. Are we TikTokers these days?
Write us a letter.
No.
Don't tweet. We don't tweet Twitter.
We don't. But we are on to, after talking with Tammy, we've got some Maine Made products to show off.
What you got today, Chase?
We have the Roy Toy Kennebec Cabin Company log cabin playset.
What? Where'd this come from?
Yeah, we've been selling those for a while now.
Where have I been? It's only $20? That's amazing.
Yeah, it's all made in Maine, Maine wood, and you know, builds a little cabin.
How long does it take? We probably don't have time, do we?
Nope.
Who's Roy? It even has our logo on it. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a picture. There's it right there, guys.
Yeah, so it's a little.
It's like a Lincoln log, but
Yeah.
it's a Roy toy. Ooh, special edition.
Yes. It comes in a nice canvas bag. I think they're waxed or sealed with something.
Where's Roy? That's pretty cool. A family heritage, a Roy toy. At Roy Toy, we cherish the classic toys of the past and continue to pass them on for generations to come.
And then we also have the dog treats. We talked about dog a lot. These have the
tried those
Made Maine
before.
sticker right on them.
Oh, yeah, there's that schooner. I personally like the lobster ones the best.
And then Delilah Iris Designs. These are little sewing kits. These are made in Maine. These are featured on the Maine Made
That's just what
website.
I've been looking for. Maggie, you want to do one of these later? Aunt bonding experience?
Definitely.
Even Carabasset coffees are part of the Maine Made organization.
Oh, look, there's a schooner again.
We got a few different flavors there.
And we got the Mothra Certified Organic.
Yep.
We love our Carabasset coffee.
And the float toy. I mean, these are just a few samples of Maine Made products we offer.
We could probably show everything in the shop,
know.
couldn't we? That's pretty cool. All right, Maggie Fetch, ready?
No.
Again, look, the Maine Made. There's the old schooner.
And then we also have these stickers. I don't know if we've shown these off yet or not, but I just thought they were funny.
That's our buddy. So, cool story about these stickers. You know, we like the Grateful Dead and the Dancing Bears. And Sean McCartney, he's a guy we've recently become friends with. He sent me this. I saw it. The first one he did was me, and I just never thought you could make a Dancing Bear look like all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell who everyone is. It's so...
And they're funny.
Oh, they're awesome. People love... Look at Jedi. Hockey stick.
Yeah.
I think you got Crocs on.
Yeah, the red Crocs.
Let's chase his Crocs. But it's just amazing. Like, again, he was a fan and he did that, you know.
Yeah, and they're high quality stickers.
And since then, I'm like, we got to meet you. So his daughter goes to school in New Hampshire now.
Oh.
So he came up this fall and hung out with us. And he's
Oh,
been
nice.
doing some other cool stuff too.
Excellent.
He's been working on something for like the Maine Shack.
Oh,
He had
yeah.
a lot of cool ideas, but yeah, people love these. They sound like crazy.
They are. They're great.
We could.
Well, they were almost as funny as the BT sticker.
Oh God.
Have we talked about that yet?
Okay, no. Yeah, because Tammy was saying last week was National Sticker Week. So.
Yes. Yeah, so BT, one of the guys on the crew, had asked his wife to get some stickers made up to put on his tools, thinking it'd be, his name or something, little labels to put on it. And so she ended up
Is there one somewhere?
I know, I wish I had one. We'll have to get one for next week.
Yeah.
A picture, pretty much of only his head.
And he's got a bald head, so it's
Yeah. And a funny look on his face, and they are hilarious.
they're everywhere now.
And so, yeah, BT's been sticking them on everything. I've got one on the back of my truck rack.
So, moral of the story: be careful what you wish for.
Yes. Be very specific in what you ask for.
We do not sell BT stickers, but I really want one.
Yeah.
We should get
Let us know. We'll pass the message on to BT. We'll get him part of Maine Made.
That would have sent Tammy through a loop.
Yeah, so you can find all those great things at KennebecCabinCompany.com. And now we're on to last week's trivia question.
Okay. Can you drive a lobster car? Or let's me reword it. Could someone drive a lobster car?
I didn't know what the hell a lobster car is.
It's
I'm
kind
gonna
of that's what it's
say
asking.
yes.
This is beyond my. I have no idea. A lobster car.
Take a guess.
Sure.
No. It is a raft in which lobsters are stored.
Oh. All right. I mean, technically, you could pilot one.
You can't drive a lobster car.
All right.
Interesting. So we learned something today.
Yep.
So that had to have been invented before cars?
I have no idea. Not cart.
Yeah.
No,
didn't get for
it's
the-
a lobster car.
Why would it be lobster float? A lobster tank?
I don't know.
Crate.
Ask the lobsters.
All right.
Now they just put them in the crates, right? In the
Yeah.
time. I don't know what that question.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
Okay.
She doesn't care.
No.
For a brief time, the Portland Jetport was named for which former U.S. senator?
Oh, I don't know.
Ooh.
I wonder when it was. I've only ever known it as a Portland Jetport.
Remember when we learned what it stood for? On that in the cab ride?
Oh, yeah. PWM? Or
Yeah. I don't remember what it stands for.
No.
Anyways,
All right. If you know the answer, if you're the first person to submit the correct answer to podcast@mainecabinmasters.com,
You'll get a great prize at some time.
Yeah.
When Jen gets back from vacation.
maybe a set of
Yeah.
stickers.
If she comes back.
Yeah.
She's probably going to watch this and never come back. And we do love Maine. I just got to preface this, say goodbye. And say, we do love Maine. It's
We do
just-
this. Yes.
I love winter, but sometimes it's like, God, kicking you down.
Yeah. I mean, if we had gotten back from a great day of skiing out on one of the mountains, then I think, but right now it's just really tough because it's
And it's
It's
like
tough.
this every January.
yeah.
And then you're like February, March days, like you said, it's great. So
Yeah. Perfect.
thanks for listening, guys. I needed that.
And thank you, Tammy Knight, for joining us early. And thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Maggie. And thank you to our sponsors, Nelma, Hero Media Network, Hammond Lumber Company, Kennebec Savings Bank, and From the Woodshed. We'll be talking to you.
From the Woodshed has been brought to you by Nelma. See the stamp, trust the quality. Hammond Lumber, your building project partner. Kennebec Savings Bank, helping our local community save, thrive, and grow for over 150 years. And Hero Media Network, connecting small business with new customers. From the Woodshed is a production of Kennebec Cabin Company. See you next time.